Okay. Weston. He's the president of that club. And I'll have more to say here in just a few minutes about Wayne. And Linda is our secretary. And she's been the secretary for a long time. Forever, she says. She's the only secretary we've ever had. And you know how? It's our 32nd show. She was young too. Sandy is our raffle person. This is who you need to see to get the special raffle tickets and the hourly raffle. And Father Joe helps her. Between the two of them, they do a great job. And we ask that you support them. And we have, for all that are interested, we have the Easter Bunny again. The big chocolate Easter Bunny. And the big egg. And the big egg. And the big egg. I don't think I need to say too much about this young man here. It'd take a long time to list all the things he's been involved with, but I think he's been one of the stalwarts behind our hobby. And we appreciate it, Dave. The gentleman up here, who's also your auctioneer, is also he's in charge of the show. He's the one that does all our interface with the hotel and everything here in St. Louis. He's also our treasurer. Let's see if I forgot anybody. Ron Gabbard. Did you introduce yourself as the editor of our newsletter? Okay. For those that haven't got online and looked at the newsletter, you should, because you can see everything in color. You need to see him about signing up for the mini bottle blast. He has done a super job. If you haven't seen it, it alerts you to things that are happening all over the United States when people send in new stuff they find in between the newsletters. Tremendous. And where's Keith? Back there's our membership chairman. He's also in charge of the website. There's two other things that before we make a couple more introductions. We have a book here that Nancy Crawford updated for last year's show. This has pictures that go from the first to the last one. So if you get a chance, you might want to peruse that. Also, I will go up into my room and bring down two books that were loaned to me last night by Marion Dobbins. They belong to Tony. And one book has pictures of the bottle shows from 94 to 97. And a lot of you can see your pictures in there, and they're not just this show. Some of them are the Lilliputian show in California. And he even has some Jim Beam show pictures in there too. The second book, those that have never seen or never got an opportunity to see Tony Dobbins' collection, I mean, it was fantastic. The second book is a picture book of that collection, and there's a lot of us in there where we've met over the years, because you know the Dobbins used to have open house at their house on Thursdays, entertain everybody on Thursdays and into Fridays. But you'll see that, and then it progresses to the sad state of the 5 young ladies coming from Norway to pack the collection and ship it off to Norway. So if you get a chance, I'll go get those, and you can peruse those at your leisure. And it'll be here tomorrow till Marion comes. Marion's coming, and when she leaves, she'll take them home. But if you get a chance, you might want to see that. And if you need to know who all those old collectors are, go see those guys that have been here a long time that still have a memory. You know, some of us, because some of them don't have names on the pictures. So it might take 3 or 4 of us to remember who that person was. Okay. I have a couple things I would like to pass out. A couple recognition items. One of those, as you know, about a couple years ago, I gave up the doing the tables for the show, and Jim Worsley stepped up to do that for us, and we appreciate it. I think he's done a super job, and we'd just like to give him a little something to enjoy. Where is he? Okay. Go out and have lunch on us, okay? Take your wife out and have lunch, but you can't buy bottles now. The second individual I'd like to recognize, when Sandy decided it was time to move on and let somebody else share the wealth of doing the newsletter, Ron Gabbard was willing to step up, and he stepped up, and he also does the newsletter for his club up in the Northwest too. So he's rather busy, and he's really taken over and done some super things, and he's got some new ideas. And the Mini Bottle Blast, if you haven't seen it, is a real neat addition. It gives you an opportunity to see things you haven't seen. For those that, and he can explain it better than I, but if you haven't been on the website and look at what he's uploaded all the past club stuff, and he's even uploaded from New Zealand theirs, and some of the MBC, which was the magazine that David did for, 32 years?
Yeah, 32.
So, yes?
Do you mind if I say something about that?
Sure, go ahead.
With David's permission, I've been scanning. With David's permission, I've been scanning all the MBCs. Now we are a few short. David has just found another 9 for me. We've got about a dozen that we don't have. I've got a list of them. If anybody is willing to sacrifice them, or is willing to even lend them so that they can be scanned, if they see me over the next couple of days, we'll make some sort of arrangement, because we'd like to get the complete set online.
There's 2 of us that will own it. Kay, who is David Hood's daughter, has it all.
Oh, right.
She will, or I will. One of us.
Okay.
She hasn't too.
Okay, Ron, you got to come up here. You can't sit back there. Ron is one of our true MMBC superstars, and as a result, we've got a little memento for you here. It won't blow up. You can open it.
Don't break it.
Okay. We've got some drawings, but I need to turn it over to Bill, let him do a couple things here.
Okay, and I just realized when we went around, I didn't introduce myself. So I'm Bill Baker. I'm here in St. Louis, Chesterfield, whatever, home of the tornadoes this year. Okay, first of all, most important, because I've already been bombarded by about half of you. I understand when you checked in, there was an issue with some of the rates. That has been taken care of. There are probably 7 or 8 of you that asked to be on the club floor, which includes breakfast or whatever. That rate is $125. The only people that are there are people who asked to be there. So that's one thing. Those people will pay $125. There were some other people who were told the rate was $115. It will be $105 when you check out. Make sure it's $105 when you check out. Okay? If it's not, don't check out. Now, along those lines, the reason there was some confusion is because they have gone, when they did the renovation and everything, obviously renovations cost money, they've gone to a tiered pricing system, and on the weekends, on this weekend at least, king beds were supposed to be more expensive or whatever, so I think you'll find most of the people who are paying, or who were told it was $115, are in a king. When you sign up for next year, there could be a difference. Our rate is based on doubles. So just keep that in mind. They're going to try